We are
Live!
from Deal School, which has become the home stadium of the 12 Commandments. 2 weeks in a row, you guys drew the muddy field of Deal School, but you came out of it very, very clean at 4-0. Let's start with the captain. I mean, Mike, when you drafted the team and you left the draft so pumped, I remember the smile on your face at the end of Saturday night. You couldn't believe what you did. Did you ever even imagine, like 4-0 is tough. Not too many teams start with 2 sweeps right out of the box.
Yeah, it's hard to win a game in this league, let alone get a sweep combined with multiple mercies and then start 4-0. It's great. It puts your team in a great situation to make the playoffs. I mean, only 5 teams make it out of the 8. And right now we look good. We definitely had our backs against the wall last week, but this gentleman right here rose to the occasion.
The great one.
The great one. But getting back to the draft.
By the way, you don't need any introduction. I didn't introduce you guys. We're here with Michael Sabon and Allie Marshall, as if anyone doesn't know who you are. Okay, go.
Getting back to the draft, I had a plan. I shared it with him before the draft. I said, I'm going to get you with the right spot. It's going to be in the 3rd round. I'm going with Nabi. We were on board. I was going with Barsano. He was begging, please get me. You gotta get me. I said, I'm guaranteeing.
You were pushing to get it to take you in the 2nd round, end of the 2nd. No?
No, pushing. I know.
Well, you couldn't be
sure.
positive.
No. There was no. I wasn't sure, but I felt.
But that was the plan.
I felt.
I had a couple
we
calls,
have
but
to,
I thought they were sketch.
Yeah,
so
we
I
have to
wasn't
get
sure.
you at that right spot, and it worked out perfect.
You see, that's the difference. You want to be with Allie,
Yeah,
but you got to get him at the right spot.
Yeah.
You can't overpay for anyone with how good the league got.
Can't overpay for anybody, and it's not anything against him. It's you're picking a team. You're with these guys for the next 6 months. You want to win, and you want to put the right pieces. And I knew that if I was able to get him,
He knew I was also in much better shape
Yeah,
this year.
phenomenal, man.
And I healed up. I finally was able to do workouts that I couldn't do for many years, sprinting and all my stuff.
You look
I'm
thinner and
winning.
stronger
Yeah,
than
my
you've
weight.
looked in even 10 years before the injuries even.
No, definitely, yeah. I'm definitely trying hard. Listen, I'm still an old crap, but
But listen,
old, but
he is.
you're
I'm
still
not.
going. You're still
I'm
going.
old, but I still have that I'm the best player in the league feeling right now. So
It's crazy because
not that I am.
a lot of people feel they're the best player in the league. You were the best player in the league for a long time. You were the best player in the league, top 2 for a generation, let's say, for a long time. How do you handle, and you also, because you were a top hitter, and now in a draft, you're not going on Wednesday night. How do you handle that better than most other people have handled it, where you guys sort of accept it, that the league is getting younger and younger each and every year? How do you handle that mentally? Do you struggle with it?
People who know me, I have that feeling that, especially this year, because I'm healed up, the surgeries. If I don't want to be in the league, if I feel like I'm not, or I can't be the best player in the league, I'm probably going to be done. Not that I am. Sorry, guys. I know you're
Right.
going to think I'm arrogant, but that's how I feel. I'm not going to join if I don't have that feeling coming in where I can't be the best player. This year I'm in a better shape than I've been, so I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying the feeling. And it might sound cocky or stupid, but
You still think you're the number 1 player. Listen,
I'm not saying I am. I'm saying the feeling, like if I can't be.
Yeah, so I'm a little more realistic.
Right.
I want to
didn't
get.
say I was the
want to
best.
get slotted later. I want to get picked later.
Oh yeah, I didn't say I don't want to get picked later.
And
to be with
honestly-
Nabi is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, right.
And guys that
Of
you
course.
could be with a top guy. It's great.
I think we both realize that we still have nice value where we could still hit 3-4. We could still make some plays, but we also do need some of these young guys. We need to rely on them. We were those guys for 20 years.
Who's a guy now that reminds you most of you? Like, who's the guy in the league that's like, oh wow, that was me 20 years ago or 10 years ago?
I'm gonna say a couple guys come to mind. Realistically, I would say Jimmy, Yak, guys like that. You know, the typical 4-hitter that
Right.
plays first. Like that, guys like that.
But you, Yak and Jimmy, you have mellowed in your graying years over here. In the gray years, you have mellowed. I mean, the other day I was standing here with you.
Oh, he's
Allie was losing his mind on every single pitch. On every single pitch.
Okay, let me tell you.
This, that, the bloop. The guy had a conniption over a bloop.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
tell
no,
you
no,
something.
no.
And you
It
were
wasn't that.
No,
it
no,
was
wait. Let me just
other-
say. You know what was?
Is he off the wall?
He, no,
I'm
he's
level.
not-
I know what
he's
I'm doing.
good.
I'm not-
He wants perfection, and he knows that I want perfection. But I also explained to him during the week, Al,
Yeah.
you're not you're not going to be perfect. These guys are going to make errors.
No, we knew we were out of position.
Yeah, we were way out of position. It's not like we took the right fielder and moved them into pitch. We took the shortstop and put in a right fielder at shortstop. And then we have a rookie short center who was kind of not getting any direction from anybody.
Right.
And it was kind of, and a rookie second baseman, and then I wasn't on the field. So you had a mongoloid infield. No offense to anyone, they played great, but it wasn't the ideal situation facing Zach's team.
Right.
Great team, great hitters,
Yeah.
solid lineup.
Coming in,
I would have been
this is a
happy
really
with a
good
split.
lineup. Really
but
good lineup.
I would have been happy with a split, but we had 3 practices during the week where 2 of them were just him throwing 100 pitches to me.
Great.
No hitters. Then we did the hitting, and we walked out of there saying we could sweep.
Wow.
You know,
'Cause
he
you
said
always
it.
go in-
I feel a sweep.
Yeah, I'm
And
telling you because
we got it.
You go into
I
these
would have
leagues-
been
Yeah, go.
okay with a split.
Right.
Sweep is
The bowlers.
coming in. I thought they had a really good team and a really good lineup, and we got through it. You know, we got through it.
Going out, you can't think as highly of that team, can you?
Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker for a new vehicle.
Saka. Call David Saka. Call David Saka for a new vehicle.
You called David Saka.
I called David Saka only because of the YMSL. I didn't even know who the hell David Saka was. I didn't know it was Sammy's son. I never saw this guy before.
Elsack, Charles,
Let me tell
Moshia.
you, you give money to DSN YMSL, you got Mo Haber's business.
Look at that. Mo, this car is absolutely gorgeous.
Let me get out of the car.
Loving the rims. Oh my goodness. Did
at
you
this
already
thing.
go to Costco, Mo? I'm
Yeah,
seeing.
I do my wife. I'm a good husband, believe it or not.
Good, good.
Don't tell anybody.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah.
What drew you to this car?
So listen, at the end of the day,
How much weight did you lose? What's going on here?
Don't. I'm the warden. I'm the warden.
How much weight did you lose? What's
Lot.
going on
I'm
here?
ready.
Dude.
Anyway, yeah, so I needed a new car. We have like 6 vehicles in our
A new
household.
vehicle,
Yeah,
yes.
we needed a vehicle. And then when I saw the commercial, that tune, it didn't get out of my head.
Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker for a new vehicle.
Esther, my
You're
wife.
just
Esther's
borrowing the car
I'm
for a
borrowing
moment.
it from Esther. She didn't see it yet. He just delivered it today.
Okay, she already looks great, but she's gonna look even greater in this
Yeah,
thing.
she's gonna be
I mean,
phenomenal.
come on.
Yeah.
So, what drew Esther to this vehicle exactly?
So basically, my son-in-law and my daughter had this car, and then I spoke to David. He gave me every option. He was great. He picked up the phone at 11. He picked up the phone at 9 a.m., 11 p.m. Anytime I needed this guy, he was there.
David Sacker.
And tell me about
Call David
beyond
Sacker.
that, the service,
Call
the
David
today.
Sacker
How'd it go today? The
for a new
delivery of the
The
vehicle.
guy was waiting for me at my house. I went to Costco for my wife. The guy was sitting there waiting in my house in
I
Deal.
can't believe
right?
it.
The guy was amazing, and now he's going to get me Velcro for my Easy Pass.
Nobody does that.
Who does that?
Nobody else
Nobody.
does that.
Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker. Call David Sacker for a new vehicle.
What are you doing here? You're putting in his Easy
Pass.
Pass?
Yes.
I don't know anyone else that does this. The the details, the attention to the small little details here is what separates Cole David Saka for a new vehicle from everyone else. As he
David
places
Saka.
that easy fast in the
Call
perfect
David
position,
Saka.
you will get on that
Call
toll
David Saka
without a
for a
problem.
new vehicle.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Dave, how was it working with Mo Haber over here?
Pleasure. He's amazing. He knows what he wants, and unbelievable. Great car. And Cole DS Auto.
Did you give him the treatment that a 5-time YMSL champion
of course.
deserves and a jail warden?
Of course.
Yes. Okay, so he was a good customer.
Yes,
He didn't
great
drive you
customer,
crazy.
And looking forward to doing more business.
Man.
He's a good man, and Cole DS Auto, 732-540-3053.
There you go.
The video.
I have a crisp $100 bill here for you. And again, the serial number, in case you need to know it, is LF 70194230H for Haber. Now, Mo, you are the second YMSL affiliate to buy a car or lease a car from David Saka. Therefore, you
David
get a
Saka.
crisp $100
Call
bill.
David Saka.
Congratulations.
More
Call
money, baby.
David
I
Saka.
love it.
Mo money,
For a new
exactly.
Mo money.
vehicle.
Spend it in
Love
good
it.
health.
Thank you so much.
And one more person gets a crisp $100 bill
Run
from
out
the
there
commissioner.
and call David
Call
Saka.
David Saka. Call David Saka. Call David Saka for a new vehicle.
I've been in the league a long time. I know how hard it is to win. We only get a few months to do this, even though we talk about it all year. But then when I'm on the field, even if I'm making jokes and comments and whatever, honestly, you can't name a guy in this league who could sit here and tell me that they could walk off the field and say that was fun after they lost. I had fun this week. Get the hell out of here. We talk about it all day and even into Monday. Tuesday, we're talking about the next team. That's the end of it.
Let's go on about your team. I thought the 61's biggest miss for them was you moved Shimmy to short. I showed up in the 4th or 5th inning. I said, Shim, how you playing short? He goes, I don't know. I didn't get a ball yet. I got one high pop. I mean, you got to attack. It's not easy. It's not easy, but you
started
can't
to
go
try, yeah.
2 times through the lineup and Shimmy didn't get a ground ball yet.
Listen, you're facing a pitcher with good stuff, good speed, a good curveball. You can't just say, let me try to hit it low and hard right at Shimmy. It doesn't work like that. There's 2-3 guys in the league that could really aim the ball, and 5 out of 10 times it's not going to go where they want. But if a ball comes to
I was
Shimmy,
rusty though.
he's going to make the play, you know? I mean, whatever. The guys hit very hard shots, and you can't make every play, but we took advantage. This is why Trump wants to get rid of all of them.
Meanwhile, you guys are thinking
Careful.
about
No
the last
offense
2
to
Sundays.
Gabe or Carlos.
The last 2 Sundays, has the field ever looked remotely like this?
Nah, this
Looks
looks sick.
insane.
I'll move right now to this field.
It looks perfect.
Put Zolta and Dano on firemen.
Who are you playing against? I don't think anyone wants to see you on this field anymore.
We play Abadi and Yak and Jimmy and those guys.
They deserve a week on Firemen's. They played in the Wind Bowl last week.
We were very
crazy.
windy here.
Pretty
too.
windy here.
It was windy everywhere. So imagine what the racetrack
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
racetracks.
It was insane. Let's go to that game. You have the Tar Heels, who are now 2-2, and they played Stratton Oakmont, Abe Haber, Mo Haber, that team. 2 teams that look really good.
Two very good teams.
The key thing with Stratton is they moved Eric Citron to shortstop, where he was as a kid. Like in Hillel, he was a great shortstop. He played third base last year. Now he's back from Montreal, and he's playing shortstop, and he looks very, very good doing it. So
Yeah.
I think something's happening in the league where, like, you have Zvi Rishdi, right?
Yeah.
Good infielder. And then Noah Hakeem for Nanu Nation playing great at short center. Roland, short center. You're getting all these young guys on the infield, and now you have finally someone breaking through to shortstop, plus Sammy Soroya to shortstop. Yet this guy's still hanging out at shortstop. It's an amazing thing.
You know what's crazy? Listen, there's a lot of good up-and-coming fielders. We knew that. What's outrageous is when a list comes out and they don't put him on as a shortstop. that is mind-blowing to me. I know it certainly is to him and to you, but
I'm old.
for them to not even say Allie's classified as a shortstop, I never heard such nonsense in my life.
Well, I got heat when I put Allie on the ballot for Gold Glove last year, and I thought you played a very strong shortstop for that team, for the Houston team. I thought you made the plays. I thought you made every play that came
I
to
think I
you.
made whenever the whole year there, but.
Yeah. I don't know.
My mobility was a little off, but this year I'm much more mobile. I'm much different.
What a
Trying to
pick you
handle
did
everything.
with Zvi Rishny. What a
Yeah.
guy for a team late. What round did you get him? 10th, 11th round? Or
No,
something?
not that late. I
No?
knew I needed a solid infielder. I think I got him around the 7th or 8th round.
Very
The
good.
steal was getting David Harari, I believe, in the 10th or 11th round.
You know, he
I
had
think we got
more-
Harari and Lord very late.
Yeah.
but more ribbies in a season than either of you guys.
Yeah.
David Harari is the single season ribby record holder. I am amazed
Oh,
by that.
I'll have you know, we were hitting in front of him that year.
There you go. So
He was
you were
hitting-
on base, man.
He was hitting 5, and we were hitting 3 and 4 on that.
Do you
game.
remember what team that was or no?
We lost in.
That was the year we
lost.
lost
US
in the,
Marshall
I don't
or
remember.
something?
we lost Game 5 of the World Series, I think, that year. And our shortstop didn't show, and he had a pitch.
There you go.
Crazy. Something nuts.
All right, Stratton Oakmont 3-1. Believe it or not, Edmund Beta not hitting his stride just yet, although it was very hard on the racetrack. I think this team is very, very dangerous. I think they're a real contender. You at 4-0 with another 4-0 team, you got to look out for this team as well.
Yeah.
Mo Haber is in full Mo Haber mode. He's
Oh.
leading this team.
He's he's a great leader of these guys. His son picked a great team.
and Abe, they're good-
Edmund,
they're
I
good-
love
good
the
together.
pick. One day I would love to be able to play with him. I know we always discuss it. We just haven't had the chance yet, but I'd love to do that. And then he got all his guys, Fallis and all these other big time
Uri.
players. Adler's phenomenal. That's a
Rick-
great team.
Yeah,
a lot of good teams though.
There's a lot of good
Lot of good.
teams. Were you surprised where Edmund went? Number 7 overall?
Nope, not one bit. I said it makes perfect sense because I always look at it like this. At the end of any draft in this league or any league, every team's going to have 12 players. You might as well have one of those top pitchers or somebody that you want.
Yeah.
And obviously it shows.
Elliot Sack, a big red
Depends how you
machine.
feel about the
Yeah.
other pitchers,
Right.
So if you feel confident with another guy, it depends.
That's what Elsack was saying. He said, I feel, meaning him, he feels the difference between Yedid and someone in the 5th round or 6th round or 8th round. He goes, that difference is so huge compared to
Depends
who
how
I'm
you-
going to get in the 1st round as a hitter and even the 3rd or 4th round. There's so many hitters. There's so many good hitters. He goes, I can't replace Yedid. I can replace the hitters.
100%. And I'll prove it. Look where we got David Harari.
Right.
In the 9th or 10th round, the guy's batting 800 with homers and doubles. He could easily be hitting 4th in any lineup this year, and he's hitting 7th in this lineup. So imagine you pick him and our 3 or 4 hitter wasn't quite hitting yet. He's making up the slack. So you might as well have that good pitcher because any of the other hitters could step up and have a big year.
It's funny because you have like David Harari, Nate Kush goes like in the 5th or 6th round. He was an MVP candidate. There are crazy bats. There are crazy bats. The guy who hit for the 61 the most this week, besides for Zach,
Zach hit me.
Mavora.
Mavora went
Mavora got a
7
lot
for
of
7 this week.
Yeah.
Maybe they
7. Yeah, I think I got him at 1.
Yeah.
he did maybe 7 for 8 or
Yeah.
6 for
Hey,
7.
listen, he's
Mavora and Zach hit me well. But then again, as a pitcher, I'm rusty. I come
Right.
in, I'm just trying to throw. And he was very smart. They were both very smart. They went up trying to throw hard. They went with the pitch, beautiful, nice shots,
Those are the experienced hitters on their team.
Yeah,
Zach,
very nice.
Mavora. You're not gonna.
I didn't
fool these
adjust
guys.
and say, let me just go inside. Let me throw junk. Let me,
Right.
But they're great. And Zach is, Zach. So
if this ends with a championship for the 12 Commandments, you look back at this week, you didn't have Nate B and you swept the team. I don't care who the team is, I don't care what they are, and they're a good team, I think, but maybe they're not. But
Nah,
either
they're a
way,
good team.
Yeah.
I really believe they're a very good team. They just ran into a little bit of a, maybe they didn't expect it. We're hot now. I think they're very good, but
During your
we'll see what
warm-ups
happens.
of 100 pitches, was Allie grunting like that on every pitch?
On the first 52 pitches, there was somewhat of a grunt. After that, I said, you gotta put the muzzle on. We're here to pitch, not make these noises.
We need to borrow from Abe Saka the mask.
Right,
so
right.
It was funny
A
because
Bane mask we need.
the grunt just keeps you into it, so you don't get lazy, I guess.
Ray
I don't
Essers
know.
compared you to Monica Seles in the late
I
90s.
believe you called him Jennifer Capriati.
Capriati. I love
Maybe if
Capriati.
I'm ever a pitcher going forward, I'll try to.
No,
do
the
it down.
grunting,
But it keeps you into it.
yeah, it gives you that extra power you need to step
Not
off
even the
mound.
power, not even if it just keeps you from being lazy, I guess. It's a natural thing. In tennis, I'll do it, So,
Big Red Machine, 4-0. What are you guys hearing in your clubhouse about the other undefeated team? Are you even paying attention to them, or
Yes, yes.
you are?
you are.
We discuss, all teams. Of course, we're trying to worry about our team most, but it's hard not to look around the league and see another 4-0 team. It shows that we're going to have a tough road ahead. Obviously, they got
But
Max.
4-0, like we're 4-0. We're one sweep from being 4-2.
Correct.
It's not.
Right.
It's too early to really
Right.
tell.
Yeah, of course, but I think Elliott Saka did a phenomenal job in his first 2 rounds. I feel like Max landed to him, and then he absolutely stole Sammy Soroya. Guys were hesitant to take a shot on a rookie. We've seen him in the night league for years already, and in my opinion, he's going to go top 5 for the coming years as long as he plays.
Sammy, by the way, is not foreign to us either. He was a fill-in scorekeeper for us more than once,
that's
by
right.
the
Oh, yeah.
way, in YMSL. Zvi Rishti, I think, you're going to think I'm nuts. I think it helps. Zvi Rishti was a scorekeeper for 2 or 3 years. He has seen everything that this league could bring you, and he's not going to be intimidated by it.
No, he's actually
He's
I was
not
shocked
phased.
from week 1. He's not phased.
Roland was never
He listens
phased.
to everything I say, and he's not phased.
Yeah.
And he makes and he really is. He's got the
He's
good
also,
attitude.
don't forget, he's the
attitude.
offspring of a
Yeah.
DR Rishti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DR tells him what to expect,
Yeah.
who's going to be
Right,
nuts, who's
right.
going to be loud. Listen to Saban,
Mike's
listen
actually
to
very
Allie.
calm this year. He's very.
I've been calm this whole last
we
the
were
last
down.
decade,
We
yeah.
were down by
Saint
a couple
Michael
runs.
of the Latter-day Saints.
But you got to remember, with a volcano, it's unpredictable. Still.
We're winning, so we better keep winning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we
The
don't know what to
dormancy will
expect.
stay intact
You never
as
know.
long as
We
the
better not
runs
lose.
are aplenty.
If you stayed pitching, I think we'd start to hear some more rumbling a little bit, because there's a constant conversation. The ball is not in from the outfield, and you two are arguing about if it's 8-1 or 9-1.
Nah.
I mean, I think,
Listen, if I ever pit, it's stuff to learn. You got to learn how to deal with it.
okay, are
But
we
it's
ready to
definitely-
make some predictions for the week ahead?
Absolutely.
All right, we have games in very short order in around 36 hours from now. Weather looks okay. Of course, we're
Yeah.
going to have the weekly Saturday rain that seems to be tradition.
Looked
But
like it dried up, but
you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it over Sunday.
okay.
Yeah.
Take it over Sunday.
Yeah, if it's a light rain and we could just
Can't be anything worse than what we played on week 1.
Now, week one, what you guys had here in
On
Deal
this
was
field, I don't know what it
pretty
was
rough.
on the other fields, but
No, this field was the worst. Both
Mud.
weeks, actually.
If we got a couple hours of light rain and it softened up
Yeah,
the field
that's
for the
fine.
next day, it's actual ideal conditions.
You guys just saw the 61s. They're 1-3 because of you. And Big Red, who's 4-0 on Racetrack 2. Alan, Allie, Marshall, your prediction, please.
are you on predictions now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could analyze a little bit also, but it's the Big Red 4-0
Nah.
versus 61s at 1-3.
I think 61s are better than what people are gonna think because they got swept. So I think they have the lineup. They have a good all-around team defense. Adler is. We hit him, but he's good. I mean, he had stuff. It's not like he was just here, hit it like some lobber.
Right.
He's a good hitter too.
Yeah, he can hit. He
Hits
got a
hard
swing.
line drive.
I mean, it was
Zach
5-0
Farka.
in game 1, but then you guys just went on a tear.
Yeah.
These were
I know we're
shots.
in the predictions, but they were up 3-0 and we didn't blink.
Right.
We knew it's early. We're no one's shutting us out like that. We're averaging 8-10 runs a game. I mean, we had almost 50 hits as a team last week. That's crazy. And 28 runs, and we were 1 run away from a second mercy.
You were on a team last year that also scored 10, 12, 15 runs a game.
Yeah.
And then in the game 3, you guys didn't score anything.
We didn't score. We also didn't have Navy or this guy on the mound.
Right.
So you get to a Friday game, winner take all. You don't have the top pitcher in the league. Anything could happen.
You have as good of a hitting team as the Knights last year, but you have Nate B on the mound. It's really nuts. All right, Sabon, your prediction. Big Red, I know you haven't seen him. Also, when you play on this field, week 1 you had someone there, so you get to peek over there week 1. Week 2 you had nobody near you, so you didn't really see much.
No, I don't have to see. I know any team with Zach and Farka are never going to just lay down and let themselves fall apart. Zach is just too much of a professional to let any team that he's on ever let that happen.
Right.
I see at least a split here. Their back is totally. I mean, they can't go 1-5.
No.
You might as well almost. I mean, then if another team.
And Jigga, your brother, seems very calm.
Yeah.
After they got swept, I was talking to like Magor or someone, and they were like, "All right, come over." They had a team huddle to keep everybody positive. I think they got so that I think they're gonna.
Is that good or is that bad? Is he too calm?
No. I think it's good.
No. I think they know they ran into a tough team with our backs against the wall. We just happened to come out and do what we do. But now they are really in a situation where they have to at least win a game. So I'm going to go with a split here.
I'm also going to give the 61s a game, not 2. I thought the 61s were not as intense as they needed to be for a matchup against a team with your roster. I mean, you got to show up. Maybe they took their pedal off the metal with no Navy. Maybe they overlooked
Now they're
you.
coming against Max Deed.
It's all right.
I don't know what
So
they
they're
did.
gonna
but
be.
wait, I thought they were too lax, too quiet. I'm not looking for them to argue with you, but you got to wake up, get on the fence. 5-all game.
They tried to get on me, but
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
laugh at it.
Right, but I thought they were.
They tried my foot, my this.
Haron was a shell of himself. He couldn't field the ball in left field. He got out with bases loaded twice in the 6th and 7th with Z and Farka, or Farka and Z and Mavora on deck. Can't do that. So I didn't see anything from Farka. I didn't see anything from Jig. I didn't see anything from Kush. Credit your team, but they got to show up better than that. And they will now.
They have to now.
Right.
They came in 1-1. They figured. I don't know if they thought they'd sweep us, but I think they thought with no maybe they'll at least get a split. But we did otherwise, and now they really have to come in with the intensity.
Yeah.
I think I'll be honest. Fark is one of the leaders of that team, and one of the hands down top.
They have a lot of really good leaders.
7
like
player in the
Farka,
league.
Zach.
He's got to be a little more vocal. He's got to get that fire back. He got to hit, got to field. I didn't see that from him last week.
Wow.
I know he had a little injury on his foot or something, but it's May 1st.
That's it.
And they could be out of softball by May 4th.
Yeah.
May the 4th.
You
be
never
with
out
you.
of this because
No, but at 1-5, you're not looking great.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Your standings are okay for anybody right now, even the 0-4 team. But you don't want to be 2-7 and a game out.
They got to win a game. They got to.
You got to get some W's. I'm going with a split also because they just have to. I mean, they can't go 1-5. Then you have the jungle all over again with Jigga and Z and a couple.
And this team's 1,000 times better than that team.
Right. And credit Elsack what he's done with Big Red. I just don't see them at 6-0. That's hard to do. 6-0 is rare.
Yeah.
Very, very rare. No matter how
Also,
good
for
your
our
team
sake,
is.
we would like them to lose a game or two.
Yeah.
You know?
So now that you swept them, now you root for them a little bit over the rest of the
Well,
competition. Let them
4-0,
do your dirty
with
work.
4-0, you let them hit the pack.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on. Placata versus Stratton Oakmont. Placata is Carlos's team.
Yep.
They're on Fireman's East by the Firehouse against Stratton, which is the Mo Haber team.
Oh, that's is that Edmund versus
Edmund versus Eddie Harari.
Well, I mean,
Nice matchup.
Yeah, that's a great matchup because typically when a team is looking for the second tier pitcher, not that any of them are really second tier, but I'm saying Navy and Max, it's always Eddie versus Edmund.
Yeah.
I think maybe Edmund stepped up a notch this year and he went in the first round.
The World
And-
Series last year was
Yeah,
Edmund versus
yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah, that's a good
So,
matchup.
I mean, that's always a great matchup. Both teams are very solid, but again, I think we're looking at another 3-1 type of cruising team against a 1-3 back to the wall team. I'm gonna go with a sweep, Oakmont over Placata.
Al?
I see it. I think I've heard people talking about Pac like they're not. I don't like their team. I actually like their team. I think they have a pretty well-rounded team.
They have a good team, but I'm going to tell you, the guy who has to show up this week is their big power number 4 hitter, Hank Dweck. They picked
Right.
him very early. He's batting
So
200.
Hank
That
has
guy
to-
could
right.
turn it on any time. He's coming in and he's faced Edmund 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He's got to have a big week and
Huge for
drive
them.
in some runs.
Great call.
Useless ribbies.
Yeah.
He needs some useless ribbies.
I wish we had
Can't
that.
win without any of the useless ribbies.
What do you got?
You're gonna think I'm boring, but I'm going split.
I'm going to agree with Saban. I don't like the Placata team. I think
Their backs are against the wall.
I know, but I don't think they have it. I didn't like them in the draft either. I didn't love it.
Right.
You know, Gabe had a baby this past week. He didn't play, so their infield defense was an absolute mess. You were also shorthanded, and you guys didn't skip a beat. They were shorthanded, and they had Avrami playing a decent short, but I guess they had to move a couple of other pieces. They could not make a play. They looked really bad, and if not for Mokas injured, pulling out the heroics in the last minute,
Was that bottom or top?
That was bottom. That was a walk-off.
Bottom.
Wow.
That was a walk-off
Oh,
by
okay.
Mokas.
Mokas is the best.
I mean, after 2 walks, they bring up Mokas, and he just hits a bomb into those trees.
Great.
But what a player Mokas is. It's crazy.
He could change a game. I
Great
played
leader,
with him many times.
Shake
He
and bake.
Always comes up with the big hit when you need it. I mean, of course, at 6'3", 350, he better hit one into the tree.
Yeah.
But he's the best.
But he did it at the time he needed to. Like
He always does.
full ribbies.
He
those
always
are.
he always does.
He always
I
does.
took him last year relatively early, I think 3rd round. He's one of the best leaders to have with you on a team. And of course he could hit in any lineup, anywhere. He's a big guy, and when he gets a hold of one, he got as much power as anybody in this league.
Also, I don't like the matchup for Stratton for this team because even though Hank has faced Edmund so many times, Mo Haber is not overlooking anybody in this league ever.
Mo and Abe. Abe too.
He is going
Abe does
for
his
blood.
Abe does his homework.
You mentioned Mo. Is Mo the captain of this
right.
team?
You keep mentioning Mo, but
Is
Abe's
Abe
the captain, right?
captain of this team?
I think they're both the captain. I think this
I haven't heard
time-
Abe Haber yet. I keep
Right.
hearing Mo.
I think this time Abe drafted Mo, and Mo was in the pregame huddle.
Saying,
And you know
I'll
what?
take over from here.
You draft a
that's
guy that has been a captain for so many years, but the committee refuses to vote for him to be a captain.
Right.
But you drafted him, and now he's on your team. What are you going to use him for? You're not going to use
And
him
listen, it's his father. I'm sure
Right.
they're talking everything out,
constantly.
and they're both agreeing.
They're
and
trying
it's
to
working,
replace
so-
Victor Cheetos and Abe
what's
Haber.
up with that?
Victor Cheetos may or may not be out for the year. He declared himself out.
Yeah.
Then he said he wants another week to try to recover. So they're going to give him
So
that
they're gonna
week.
hold.
But they're going through the process on who would be approved and who would not be approved. And
Which we're gonna get to the other game.
yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But But so Abe has been calling me, and on one call I had a conference call with Mo and Abe. So they're working in tandem. They're
Is
3-1
Mo trying to
team.
get Mike Trout out of
No,
MLB
the
to get
truth is,
for the-
they've nominated very fair replacements. They've nominated someone like Mickey
Sorry, Mo.
Towell if he's available for Cheetos.
Oh, that's good. That's
yeah,
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Roditi, who hasn't played in a bunch of years, and they have a great outfield. So like, even
Yeah,
if
they
they get
need. I
Roditi,
feel like they need a nice hitter.
he's a DH.
Mickey would be pretty good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Got some power.
But
But,
you gotta-
Cheetos, we wish him well.
Yeah.
He does tend to get hurt a lot. He's, never
Very
in
nice
quite
lefty hitter.
the right shape. He's a great hitter, but he's always seems to have leg issues
Yes.
at such a tender age.
At such a young and tender
Yeah.
age. Yes. All right, I'm going sweep. You're going sweep. You're going split over there.
Their backs are against the wall. They get swept. I mean, Stratton's a very good team, but when a team's backs are against the wall, you gotta give them a split.
Fireman's West. You guys are finally off of Deal School. The Tar Heels, North Carolina Tar Heels versus your 12 Commandments. You, Hebron, and you, Moses himself, Moshe. By the way, Moses let out the name of a Catholic and Christian leader during the game the other day.
Yes.
And many people were offset by that. Would you
Ran
like
into
to address
him
it?
in Nazareth about 2,000 years ago, and I just never seem to forget his face.
Oh my God.
Are you guys ready to make your prediction for the 12 Commandments? Are you guys going 6-0 right now?
I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit
Am
here.
I gonna sound
You
arrogant?
could go first.
Am I gonna sound
No.
arrogant like in the first few minutes talking about myself?
No.
Don't sweep.
You're going sweep. I love it.
Yeah.
Why
I
not?
think this team,
Listen,
we're
our
clicking.
team,
I think we're
clicking.
underrated. I think we have a very good defense too, not just hitting. I think we're underrated there. Maybe.
If he gets the ball, I don't know.
We're clicking.
I put him up for trade the minute the week was over.
I heard there was a trade talk, maybe for Zach. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah?
heard. Zach goes
Yeah,
short. I
Chico
gotta-
reached out and offered me Zach for Navy.
Nah,
I'm kidding.
I think we're
By
joking.
the way,
We're joking,
It
but
wouldn't, it might help.
But honestly, if I ever was going to be a pitcher, am I open to it? Yeah, but not this year. That's
not
for
this
sure.
year. You got Nadine.
That's for sure.
You're good.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say my team's going to lose. Navy was off last week. He's coming in fresh, and I
He's
feel like
pumped.
he wants to also show the league, yes, he had great backup, but don't forget who he is. So he's going to come, I mean,
Yeah, he's pumped.
he's so happy we won, but
Yeah,
on the
he
same
is.
time, he's actually coming in today for 2 hours
Yeah.
just to pitch to us
Wow.
and have a little, pitching session and hitting session, and he's going right back to Brooklyn by 3-4 o'clock. He means business, and
He's very pumped.
listen,
Yeah.
we're facing a very tough team.
You are.
But I'd like to say we're gonna end up at 6-0, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. But I'm not gonna say we're gonna lose to anybody right now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always hard to sweep, but
I'm never one to say a team's going to be 6-0, 8-0, because it just never happens. Even if you play a bad team, you somehow lose a game somewhere.
one time one of my teams were 7-0, first 7, and then we ended up falling a little bit and lost in the semis. It's very hard.
You guys just seem so strong everywhere. Now, maybe Nutty doesn't homer again.
Right, yeah.
Maybe Barsano spikes the ball. You never know in this game.
And
Well,
think of
Barsano hasn't even got it going yet.
He hasn't even hit
Scored
yet,
nothing.
really.
He's
Once
hitting
he
like
gets it
300,
on, and I'm not
350.
worried at
Popping
all
up.
about him.
No.
He hits his.
No, I'm not
he
worried
hits
about
harder
it.
than
Yeah,
anyone in the
he's
league.
a stud.
He
He's a
hits
stud.
harder than anyone.
He's a
He's
stud.
I think he's maybe pressing a little, but when he turns it on, we are going to be very.
He
very
really is.
friendly.
He
And
really
you're-
is. He's an all-around
And
stud of a
you're
player.
winning without him offensively. It's like the Mets with Soto. They're the best team in the league. He hasn't done a thing yet. So eventually you
Some
think
other guys
he's
you
gonna
feel
hit.
like they
Yeah.
might calm down,
But-
and some other guys are going to
Yes.
step it up.
Yeah. Nutty's not going to end the season 2 home runs a week. He's not going to end with
Right.
14 home
No,
runs.
no.
You know?
Nutty's awesome.
I
Look,
know, but
he's taken his shots the last couple of years. Like
Yeah.
he's not this.
We got
Listen,
a hot
I've taken my shots the last few years, but I am old. I was old and injured. But Nutty, really,
He's old. I'm not.
listen, I
He's
think
awesome.
this team is
Showing-
really, really strong. Your team. I liked it in the beginning of the year. I loved the Tar Heels. The bottom of their order is hitting. They're hitting, and they're hitting line drive. Barnathan's hitting line drive. The Roland's hitting line drive. Now, these guys are not going to scare you when you look at it. And when you see them come up, they're not going to scare you. But base it, base it, base it. They're playing well. I don't know what Jimmy's doing this year, do you? I haven't seen much.
Jimmy was up 17 times and has 24 walks. No, look, Jimmy's great.
I don't know the stats.
They got a
but
great,
I don't
crazy
really know.
Yeah, I don't really know. I
top
haven't
of the
seen much.
order.
Yeah, their
and,
top four
if
is
maybe
as good
can
as
hold them
anyone in the
down.
league.
Yeah.
The top four is as good as anyone in the league. Yak's a monster.
AB on the
Jack,
mound is very smart.
You know?
He's going to pitch us smart. He's
Would you bat T.I. lead off in that lineup if you were that team?
T.I. is a professional hitter, and if somehow he could do what he did the first week, he had 5 hits the first week. I don't know what he did last week. But if he's on, then he's setting the table for those next 4. And
yeah, I see what Jack's doing to extend the lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it, because you don't want to get 1 through 4, and then you maybe you score a run, and then you're relying all year on Roland and Gindy and Barnathan.
You can
Even
go
though
either
they're
way.
hitting,
You can even put Jimmy there. He walks so much, so you can
no,
go
but
either
you need.
way.
I think this
Right.
team
And
needs.
T.I. walks a lot also.
I know,
T.I.
but this
T.I. is
team,
very, very
this
good,
team
very
is going to
patient.
need Jimmy to drive and.
I think so. I don't know his stats, I'll be honest.
Me
I
neither.
really, I
I
wish I looked before the show, but it seems like I haven't said his name or seen him do anything just yet. Whereas Yak is homering and Abadi's doing his thing, I think Abadi also maybe is not having a phenomenal year. I don't know.
I
It's
heard
only
he-
4 games,
Yeah,
so
it's,
it's
it's
really
2
hard-
weeks.
hard to-
You know?
Okay, but
We really
that's
don't.
it. They're playing the top team right now. They gotta show up this week.
They're going to show up, but
Yeah,
they're showing up.
They
How do
know.
you guys hit Abe Saka personally? You hit him well or no?
I mean, listen, a great friend of ours, both of us. The last thing he's gonna want to do is come pitch to us and we go 7 for 8. That's a pipe dream. But he don't want to
Right.
hear it.
You mean 8
He's-
for 8 we're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where he's a major competitor, and he knows that.
Smart on the mound.
He knows if that happens, Jimmy's gonna kill him.
I don't want to be overly influenced by the first 2 weeks. I want to go back to how I felt before the year, and I loved that team and I loved your team. I gave you 2 teams the 2 highest grades. I'm therefore going split. But based on what I've been seeing, you got to think you guys are just going to sweep everybody. But I don't think you're going undefeated. I don't think so.
that's
So I
not-
think
that's
this is
not
a week
happening.
where you take a loss. And I'm saying a loss. I'm going split. Although when I started, I was going to say you guys are going to sweep. But you know what? They got to somehow figure out how to get a game from you. Yak, Abadi, T.I. These guys have faced AB a billion times. Let's see. Let's see how it goes.
Tough team. It should be a good match.
You guys are on the road finally. You're not at your home court. Some fans are
The
calling
fans
for you
waiting
guys.
for us again.
Okay, Nanu Nation versus Purple Cobras right here. I'll be first
Wow.
to say
Wow, what a matchup.
the Nation is a better team than I thought they
I
were.
know.
I was off on this team. This team is good. Mark Braha's hitting. Maybe he didn't hit week 1, but he's hitting now. Joe G also week 1 maybe wasn't fully there, but he looks great now. Nation himself, top hitter in the league. Noah Hakeem defensively. They
Well,
look
we knew
better
they-
than I
they-
thought.
they-
I didn't
we
know.
knew-
I
no,
was
but we
off.
knew Joe G and these guys. We knew
Yeah.
they had a team, but
Listen,
they were a good
there
team.
is no bad team.
Yeah, I don't think this.
Dano's team is missing guys.
Yeah.
Michael's out. AB has crazy things going on, family life. God praying that his son's okay
Is
and
he back yet?
recovers.
So I heard.
See, that's what we don't.
My wife told me this morning as I was leaving. She said she thinks AB's on his way back now.
Thank God, good.
Which hopefully I'd
beautiful.
love to see him at the field
that,
this week.
That would be nice.
That
I mean,
would be
like,
great.
He should. I mean, that was such a great second part of the story.
Yeah.
The kid's fine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank God.
Really?
I was very nervous.
I
Yeah,
spoke to
never.
AB only once via text, only once beyond we're praying for you, and he said it was a miracle. He said it was an absolute miracle. Thank
He
God.
should come back with his.
Yeah.
real
And they
come-
picked up Mosham for
Oh,
MC.
is that they
So
got
that's
Mo?
official,
Is Mo
yes.
official?
Mo's,
Official.
What about Joe S? Is he?
Joe S is for AB, so if AB's here, you have no more Joe S.
Oh, so either way, they're having a guy. They got a guy.
They have a guy,
Okay.
yeah. They're going to have 12
And
guys,
they
I
have
assume.
Morris playing where?
I think third.
Is going to play third, and okay. I see what
Shalou at
they're
short.
going to maneuver.
You
Not
could
for
put Morris
anything-
at short if you
Not
want.
for
Or put
anything, they should put Mo at short and
But Mo
maybe
puts
Shalou.
down third base now. Like maybe he's knees. He doesn't. I don't know if he
I don't know.
can handle it physically. Maybe
mean,
he can. He's awesome.
Mo is awesome, but he's not a first-round pick in this
No,
year's draft,
no,
and
not
MC
at all.
was the first-round pick, or the last pick of the first, or
Yeah,
first pick
but
of the second.
Mo's a veteran Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Mo's awesome.
you know,
and
he
I like the pick.
It's like riding a bike. He'll get on the field.
Yeah.
He'll do his thing.
I like
is
the
he going to be
pickup.
perfect? Maybe not, but it's a great pickup.
You know what? Their biggest issue was infield defense. So Mo Sham is
So
going to
you
fix
don't
any
care that you
infield.
don't care that they changed because Michael went very early. It's
So
very fair.
it's a change of dynamic, which was discussed.
Yeah.
But the bat is so far off that that's also a change of dynamic. You know,
Okay.
it wasn't an easy approval, to be honest with you.
Because of the dynamic.
But because of the bat being so
But I
different,
like it because they have Sonny can go to outfield.
Sonny's got to go to the
So I
outfield.
like
So
it. Now
Sonny's
they
saying,
strengthen their infield.
look at the
Whatever they're
downgrade in
gonna
the
do.
outfield from MC to Sonny Shalom is a big downgrade. Although Sonny will catch every ball
But
that
now
comes
you
his
got
way.
Mo Shama playing wherever,
Right.
and that's a big upgrade.
So Mo Shama may end up playing short on this team.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Listen,
what he
again,
wants, yeah.
like Allie said, two teams with their backs against the wall. You know, Dano really down to it. Cannot get swept under any circumstances. Can't pick up Mo and then AB comes and lose too. God, they're better than that.
yeah.
They need if AB comes
Yeah,
back.
but
it's
even
a
if they
big
got
help.
Seferati and AB doesn't come back, they got a full team. I think I see a split
And
here.
AB brings like nice leadership, you know.
They have a very good lineup.
I don't
do.
like their team. I never liked their team, and I think the mixture of guys is just a
maybe
blob.
throwing off a lot of other players. Listen, Jeff's also having a rough time.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting to the point where maybe he's just lobbing the ball and they're
So
killing
that's
him.
another match, Jeff Leo, right?
Yeah,
That's
Ike
a-
Mavora sent me a cease and desist letter because I said Jeff threw a changeup, and he goes, "Don't you dare call that a changeup!
It was
It's an
a
insult
fastball."
to those of us that have thrown changeups. That's a lob. That's a lob." So I said, "Okay, it's a lob."
Mavora said that?
Yeah.
He's a classic.
Yeah, he sent me an official notice.
He says, I threw a good curveball to him, but it wasn't a strike. I'm like, yeah, it was.
Right.
Even if it's close, an ump should call that a strike. It moves this way, you know?
Exactly.
He's so funny, man.
Anyway, the Purple Cobras, I don't see any relationships on this team. I don't get the team. I never liked the team. And Nanu
Really? I
Nation,
thought you guys gave him good ratings.
I gave them a D.
The
and-
Cobras?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or C or D. I didn't give them anything
If
good.
Dano flops, even though he's your brother-in-law, he's done as captain.
Listen, Dano had a year where he didn't really flop, and he was out the next year as captain. He didn't get the votes.
You can't say it's his fault. He picked very good players. Unfortunately, people get hurt, issues happen.
Yeah.
You can't just put the blame on anyone in particular.
Sometimes got captains like last year, I feel like I didn't captain like I should have.
Right.
Maybe I'm a little too nice, I don't know, but I should have done some other things. And I didn't put my name in the hat this year.
Right.
I didn't deserve
But
it.
if you did again, would you do it differently?
Yeah, if I was
If you
captain,
were captain again, would you
100%.
captain
If I
differently?
ever going to be captain again, I will let you know it's going to be my one and only time. Like, I'd like to do one more time and that's it, but I don't know when. It could
Like
be another-
Biden said, he was going to
Could
be
be
a
5 years, I don't
transitional
know.
president. Right.
It's not
okay.
gonna
Could
be
be in
soon.
5 years when he's 73.
Right.
When I'm 73 on the mound, rolling. And,
On the mound.
You know.
The Dano, I don't like how Dano went away from what he always does. I always thought, stick with the formula. You're the one seed every year. Okay, you lost in the playoffs, but that's 1 week. You can't go away from what got you to the one seed every year and mix it up and now just draft like mercenaries who you don't even know. Like, you know, I don't know if he even had Shalou's number in his phone before this year. All of a
He's
sudden,
played with
he played with him on
before, but
Baltimore,
They
you're
didn't act
right.
with you, and they didn't have a good team with
But
you.
Dano's always the vibe team, this and that. He did the Purple Cobras dance. No one did it with him. Dano got spiked at the plate. No one helped him up. It's like they
I
don't
helped
even
him
know
up.
him.
We helped
You
him.
did. You did.
We
No.
saw
left us for dead.
Shalou go like this, and we ran over
Did
there.
that
to
really
help him.
happen?
They
Nah,
left
come
him
on.
for
Did
dead
they
over
really?
there. Yeah,
I didn't
I don't
notice.
understand it. So
I don't notice these things in the game.
Butchie and Shalou and MC, and I don't understand the. Then he drafted, no infielders, too many outfielders. Joe Eshko, no position. Juber wrong position, Sonny playing first. It was just a weird draft.
I hear what you're
Why
saying.
isn't Juber and now?
So
Eshko
now with
to-
Mosham, it helps them because
Okay.
Sonny goes to the outfield.
You
Joe
know-
Eshko moves to
You
first.
know what's crazy? You just named a bunch of guys that are all great players.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not fit to be on
Big
the same
names,
infield.
big names.
Right.
They may fit in on other teams, but together the chemistry is not there. Things happen. But they
why?
got to
You would
get a
think
win this week.
Eshko and Dano.
And then El
why
Jefe on the
not?
mound is also weird for me. El Jefe Dano battery doesn't work for me either. I don't see those guys as a working battery, working well together. I don't know.
Maybe because they're 0-4 it. But
No, I felt this way before. I'm
Yeah?
telling you.
Okay.
And I think they're on their way to 0-6. Nanu Nation is good. This guy
Yeah.
Mikey Miz might be the most underrated player in the league. He's
Yeah,
not the
maybe.
best player,
Right.
but he's underrated.
Yeah.
He's good. Guy plays
He's good.
infield and outfield,
Solid.
and he's clutch. Comes through big
Yeah, he's
hits.
solid.
And
I
Mark looks
remember
like
last
he's
year.
back now after week 2. And facing El Jefe, these guys are gonna hit. I think they're gonna sweep, and I think they're gonna be
Yeah.
3-3.
Right.
Nanu Nation. I really do. Guys, anything else you want to say to the league from 4-0, from atop the perch of the standings? Anything else you want to say?
Not publicly, but
No,
don't think I'm too arrogant now.
The only thing I
Cocky.
could say as captain is we like the way the team looks right now. We got to keep up the intensity. We're not taking any team for granted. We don't think that just because we're 4-0, we're anything special.
Saban, Ruby Shalou hitting
Definitely
yet or no?
very early.
Ruby Shalou did not hit last week.
Look at this. You guys have bullets in the gun
Ruby's
in
not-
Barsano and Shalou.
And they did not hit.
You guys have more ammo coming up. It's crazy. They're gonna hit.
They're going to hit.
Wow.
Truth is, 4-0 really doesn't mean anything. But-
Means nothing.
Talk to us after this week.
Right,
Get
so I
set.
didn't
We're
want to
back
do an
in the
interview.
fold.
I don't love doing interviews, obviously. This guy, I'm not this guy. This guy's
Right.
king.
Right.
But you called me out of surprise. I said, okay, I'll come with you. I was waiting for the end of the year
Right.
to do an interview and get it all out. But
Well,
maybe I will at the end.
Listen, after that pitching performance, we had to have you. I'm interested to see who Saban gives the ball to in game 1. We'll all be watching. Maybe he better bring his his catcher's mitt just in case. Borrow it from old man
Maybe he was
Lou.
actually very happy. He
Of
told
course.
me
He was watching live
watching
from China.
yeah.
He was texting me for updates
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Okay, for Michael Mountain, Keensoul Landis Saban, the captain, and for the great one, Allie Marshall, Montreal Expos 2013. Have you won since then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which team?
Okay, so there's a big myth. Me and Michael that we play a lot. In the night league, we played a lot. In this league, we haven't played
3 or 4
for
times.
8
And
years.
we have
8, and that's last time we played. We won.
Which team did you win on?
Sacks.
with,
Sacks attack.
Sack Attack.
one of the worst teams ever
Yeah.
created.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
dark
we were
era,
good. We
dark
were good.
era
We were
goods.
good.
El Sac, El Jefe, Charles,
Right.
Grandma
But we
Brenda.
had,
right.
we turned it on, and that was the last time we played together. Maybe
Wow.
8
Yeah.
something, 8, 9 years in YMSL, and now we're back. So
Listen, you know how hard it is to win it all. You can't
Very
waste the
hard.
opportunity when you actually end up on the right team. You've had teams on you gotta believe that had no chance to win. You know, and you've been on some dreadful teams also. So you gotta take advantage when you have the oppo.
Must.
You guys have the oppo. Guys, thank you so much. And we will see you all Sunday morning. Thank you.
Thank